this is Becky. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to continue to read in our Angel Bible. And in this video, we're going to talk about angel healing. So, cause of diseases. Conventional medicine focuses on the physical system of the body and uses tests and physical symptoms to diagnose the problem. It aims to cure the disease with surgery or drugs. Before conventional medicine became so pervasive, people sought natural remedies for their ailments, which I am a huge proponent. If you can solve things naturally, that is always your first step. Check your nutrition, that's usually a component. And then check your energy, your centers, right? Look at what it is that you are watching, what you're listening to, who you're around, working through whatever traumas you have is always a great way to start off before you jump into medications and surgeries. Okay. So they knew that their lives were greatly influenced by different energies, some of which, the subtle energies, cannot be seen or sensed by most people and therefore are dismissed as non-existent. And I know when my kids were young, whenever and even myself, when I would go to doctors on my behalf or on my children's behalf, there was a lot of times the Western medicine just disregarded a lot of things that I wanted them to look into before we talked about, modern type medicines. So when my children were little, the first thing we did was we did allergy testing and modified what they were eating, right? So there is truth to the natural herbal ways. There's so many teas out there. I was just recently talking with a woman that was originally from China who then was in Dubai and got married and has been now here in the United States for 2 years. And with some of the health issues that I've got going on, she's like, you really would do great if you could find a Chinese herbalist who could meet with you and get you the right herbs and teas that you need to help you with these kinds of things. So that's what I'm looking for. If anybody knows anybody that's in Indiana, or I'm also near Chicago sometimes, so I can hop, skip, and jump over if I need to find a good herbalist, particularly a Chinese herbalist that would be able to help me out. I would greatly appreciate it. You can email me that information at homans.consulting@gmail.com. Okay, so health can be viewed as the continuous harmonious flow of energy between the body, mind, and spirit, as well as the soul and the universal web of life. When we become diseased or ill at ease with an aspect of ourselves, we block the flow of vital energy on all levels of our being. We are all in a constant state of change and personal growth, remaining in harmony with our soul, and it's a constant balancing act. So redirecting the life energy. Any form of healing or therapy allows the chi, which is your vital life energy, to be redirected by the healer, which clears the patterns of disease that have blocked the harmonious flow within yourself in relation to the universe. And I know doing yoga and Tai Chi and Qigong has really helped move the energies through my spinal channels and has helped reduce the pain without needing to have pain medication or surgeries. So I highly recommend the Eastern practices for self-healing if it's possible. All right. Disease is your spirit's way of communicating with you through your physical body, your thoughts, your emotions, and your feelings. Disease should never be viewed as a negative experience. It is your spirit's way of attracting your attention. When we are healthy, we tend to take life for granted. We become complacent and delude ourselves that we are physically immortal. This delusion is stagnation to your soul and the death of spiritual growth and soul harmony. And I do know that the angels and the spirits that are guiding each of us talks to us through our physical pains. So do some research, look into what the meanings behind these things are. Each disease and the crisis it brings as the instigator of change within your life creates a sacred space for your spirit to teach you about yourself. Your disease is unique to you, and if you grasp the opportunity of working with your soul to heal your imbalance, you free yourself from a place of stagnation and move forward into a more spiritual and harmonious life. Angelic healing aims to weave us back into unity with the soul. It is focused not just on well-being, but on so much more. It requires us to listen to the whisperings of our soul, feel our emotions, develop our intuition, and nurture our spirits. This holistic state brings contentment, allowing us to function peacefully in connection with others in the flow of life. It also helps with calming the nervous system. I know for me, a lot of times I can be very logical and repress emotions, and then that gets stored in the body. And then that will come out in my interactions with other people because it's in the nervous system. Whether I wanted to or not, it doesn't really matter. It does. So, the path of growth. Our journey through life can sometimes feel painful as our soul searches for its authenticity and maturity. I hear over and over again from people attending my angel seminars that they experience feelings of coming home, of feeling themselves, of being connected, of remembering who they truly are. Frequently during the angel seminars, tears of release flow. These tears are always a positive experience. I know a lot of us have been conditioned not to experience our emotions, toughen up. Life, if you cry now, like life is going to make you cry more. And so a lot of us have learned to be very stoic with our emotions, and we are in a time where we all need to be healing to be able to purge and actually experience the emotions. I mean, that it really is why we came as spirit into a body, is to be able to have the full experience of being a human, and that includes all the emotions, even the ones that people are uncomfortable with. So we know that we are achieving true angelic communication when we can acknowledge that we no longer feel alone. Protection, guidance, support, and nurturing are not only there for us in abundance, but are actively flowing in our direction, influencing and improving all areas of our life. Although the angels are definitely not a quick fix, some people experience immediate and permanent change. Through attuning to the angels, you will find your true purpose in life and your pathway home. It is also true that working with angels may challenge outworn patterns and belief systems and shake you out of your comfort zone. It takes courage to open doors to healing, and even the most beneficial life changes can be challenging. As part of the transformation process, you have to integrate yourself once more into your surroundings and your current lifestyle. This includes the people closest to you, your partner, children, family, friends, work colleagues. They may not always feel comfortable with the new you. It means they might have to change too, and they may not be ready for this change. Think back to a time in your life when change was forced upon you. Perhaps this change was due to bereavement, divorce, or job loss. Remember how uncomfortable the process was? It is important to be self-reliant and single-minded through your transformation, since others may even perceive you as selfish. It's important that you seek out those who will support you and encourage your spiritual growth and health renewal. So, preparing for an angelic healing session. Even the most naturally gifted healers acknowledge the importance of meditation for stilling the mind before they open themselves to the higher energies of the angelic realm. Otherwise, they run the risk of becoming overwhelmed by the experience. It is also vitally important that before you begin to help others, you yourself go through the process of self-healing and angelic attunement. Attuning to the angelic realm could not be easier to do, especially if you follow the meditations in this book. Always remember that we need to prepare ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually before we offer therapy of any kind to others. Which is why I've taken so long to be able to really fine-tune my craft and my practice and create within my vessel the tranquility and the peace in order to radiate that out into the environment where I work with people and through the virtual world as well. Because if we aren't grounded and centered, then the other people are going to be able to feel that. They're going to know that. There's no faking this. Like, you really do have to do the work because people are able to tell when you're not. So how to prepare for angelic enlightenment. The way you prepare yourself and your client before an angelic healing session will have an enormous effect on the quality of the experience and also on the outcome. Adopt these guidelines to help make the best of your healing sessions. What to do? Wear loose white clothing that allows freedom of movement for both giving and receiving treatment. Synthetic fabrics interfere with the energy flow of the meridian channels, as well as holding potential negativity. Dark or drab colored clothing will lower your energy field and that of your client. Ask your client to drink plenty of water before and after each session to ease the removal of energy blocks and toxicity. Drink plenty of water yourself to cleanse your energy field before and after giving a healing session. Avoid heavy meals immediately before and after a session, as blood will be diverted to help with the digestion process. Wash your hands in cool flowing water before and after each client to remove the residual energies. Relax and be confident before starting a healing session. If you are tense, your client will feel it and also become tense. Ask your client to remove contact lenses, glasses, all jewelry, belts, and any metal objects such as keys or change from their pockets. Your client should lie on a massage table or therapy couch with a pillow supporting the head for comfort. Your couch needs to be wide enough and long enough to accommodate your client so that their arms can relax easily at their sides and their feet are on the couch. Ask your client not to cross their arms or legs during the therapy process, as this will block the energy flow. Cover your client with a white blanket if at any time during the session they feel cold. Allow time to attune to the angels that you will be aligning with for the session. Allow yourself plenty of time to gain energetic rapport with your client. If you feel threatened or drained by something attached to your client, such as lower entities, immediately ask Archangel Michael for protection. Now, this is something that I had to learn how to adjust my energy flow in order to provide the right amount of energy to the clients that I'm working with, because my energy is so powerful and I work really hard to really purify my channel. And so if they're not prepared for it, it can be an uncomfortable situation. So I once had a client and she loved it because she was the owner of a yoga studio and spa that I helped her create. And so she had, when I was learning the Reiki and became a Munaiki rights practitioner, then she was allowing me to practice with her. And I just remember her saying one time when I was sending energy through her feet, up through her crown, she's like, "Oh my goodness, that was so powerful." And so part of me was like a little panicked. So I was like, "Okay, did it hurt?" And she was like, "No, it felt great." So sometimes when we're the practitioner, we have to kind of like siphon our own energy in order to find the right amount for the client. So that takes practice and time, and experience. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this here because this section's pretty long, and I will do another video picking up again on some more meditations for angelic healing. So thank you so much for being here, and I would appreciate it if you could like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so we can get this information out to more people so they know that healing is so much more than what they have ever been taught it to be, and that they can learn how to use the techniques that I'm sharing to be able to help themselves heal quicker than modern science really wants us to. So until next time, I hope you have a blessed day.